This film was made as part of the Common Cause Research Project, which aims to understand how universities and Black and minority ethnic communities build collaborations. Each of these films tells a different story of how these collaborations might work. They range from long-term partnerships to short-term projects and events. The films are designed to prompt discussion and reflection. We encourage you to ask, what questions might be learned for the future from these stories?
Imagine writing in the community, giving opportunities to marginalized and diverse voices. How do you transform community through civic engagement? How young people express themselves through writing and poetry.
I think there's a lot of issues in communities that academics are totally unaware of. It's perhaps why, dare I say it, the Brexit vote took them by surprise. They don't have enough time to be in those communities listening.
Through Imagine, I've learned that universities can come into communities and lift young people's aspirations. I'm a community researcher on the Imagine project. I work in the voluntary sector. I work for Rotherham United Community Sports Trust, which is the community arm of the football club. I'm a partnership and development manager there.
We were born in the same year, and also we did community development in the 80s.
Kate was already working with my sister's children on another project. When she started writing the bid, she asked me for input on the project, so I started from that bid writing stage.
She brought something that I couldn't bring, which was a really in-depth understanding of her community.
Me and her sat in my sister's living room and went through the project, and we got some ideas I suggested, some partners I suggested. She brought those partners into the project.
And it felt like an opportunity then, this was back in 2011-12, to make a difference.
My culture doesn't seem to fit in the current theories. We need more academics in literacy, language. We need more artists. I mean, they are the people that can champion our voice. And we mustn't forget people's heritage and roots as well, and not just because you live in Britain, you can't let go of that identity as well. That's part of you, and that makes you a better person, and I think you're more tolerant and you're more understanding of communities, because we've got quite a high Eastern European community in Rotherham, and for me they're fantastic. They bring a different language, different ideas, different culture, more music, dance, which is great, and I don't see them as a threat, yet lots of people do see. Since Brexit, a lot of people are telling them to go back to your country and things like that, and yet they only came here like my father did to give the children a better life. What was the surprise?
I think the quality of the artwork, including the poems by the young people, which were absolutely astonishing. I'm reading a poem, Zainab. Where's the Lily one? Lily by Hafsa. I was yanked away from my family and friends. My petals were pulled painfully away from me. I have now been left in the dark to be stood on repeatedly.
What did you hope to actually achieve?
For me, it was a difference to the community, so that the community have their own voice, young people have their voice.
What was a struggle? I've learnt that universities are not always right, that communities often know better and we don't listen enough.
I think there was a struggle in trying to keep everybody happy, and everybody has different views and opinions, and then you sometimes do have disagreements.
I think we learned a lot. We now know far more about the importance of reflective time. We know that we can't always get it right. We've tried lots of different things, and some have been astonishingly successful, like the Girls' Poetry Project with Helen Mort.
I never really took art seriously, like photography, video making, filmmaking, and now see that as young people expressing themselves. Use poetry, use art. A photograph can tell you lots of things that a young person might not be able to articulate. I think for me, universities also have opportunity to go to places where people like myself in community can't. For example, we went to the Home Office after the Casey report, and it gives you an opportunity to say what you write about the narratives of Muslim women are not right. We are contributing civically and economically, but what it is this parallel life discourse, and Muslim women can't speak English. Be clear, which Muslim women are you talking about?
Be respectful of other people's time and space. People don't want to sit and watch a PowerPoint. They don't want to come to the university. It costs a lot to come in. You need to pay people for their time. A lot of artists are freelance.
I mean, it's had a great impact on young people's lives because they can now see themselves closer to universities. And I think the girls I work with on my poetry group are thinking of coming to the university, either Sheffield or Sheffield Hallam. The other thing, personal change, has been that I'm doing a doctorate in education, and Kate is my supervisor. I would never ever took such a leap.
If you are interested in finding out more about the project, please go to the Common Cause website.